So part of my commitment to integrity is I'm not interested in changing my clients.
Hmm.
So part of I take a very sort of this is where I really align with sort of Fritz Perls's work on this, where the fastest way to help people change is to stop trying to change them.
Hmm.
And so we just help. So part of it might just be mirroring back to them. I'm hearing this story and it sounds like these other stories you've shared before. Are you aware of that pattern? Again, that will tell you a lot about their awareness of themselves.
Hmm.
I might just get them to in our work, we we focus a lot on what would you have to be able to let go of in order to let be what is true for you.
Hmm.
So part of that is, well, I've been told all my life I should fix this, or well, I know my team doesn't like this about me, but I don't know how to do anything. I don't know how to make that different. It's been that way my whole life.
Yeah, let's assume that person has that kind of awareness. For
Yeah,
example, can think of a recent client who's been growing up with terrible bullying and
yeah.
not particularly aware parents about, a story of like
Mhm.
you're not good enough and you're not going to
Yeah,
be. And so a very, very profound, very loud inner critic.
yeah,
And they know where it's come from. They know what it
yeah,
was. They know what they would need to let go of. And intellectually, that all makes sense. But emotionally, it's all just
yeah,
so loud and so difficult that they're unable to seem to be unable to let go of that.
yeah. So, again, this might be beyond the remit for most coaches. Most coaches would not know what to do with that and shouldn't try in some ways. But,
Mhm.
um, I've always been for decades, have been a fan of various iterations of what we now think of as parts work. I don't like labels of calling the parts things. I don't find that very useful, but or accurate. But this notion of helping people accept you're fine just the way you are.
Mhm.
There's nothing to be done about this right now in this moment in time. Might feel painful. It brings back bad memories. You can even see some of the consequences on yourself and others, and that's okay. For right now, we're just going to be with that. And there often is again, if you feel qualified and capable of going here, there's a capacity to help them appreciate what has that enabled you to do in your life, right?
Mhm.
And well, maybe it's made you more sensitive to bullying in your workplace, or maybe that's helped you become very resilient and very driven. Great. It also has consequences you don't like, but wow, look at what it's done for you. And so a lot of it's allowing people to use the space you're in working with them to sort of breathe and let go of some of the need to have to do that to survive,
Mhm.
to see what might come into that space, no matter how small you've just opened up.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah.
for most people, hmm?
Sorry, I was just like, just by that inquiry, just by bringing in the
Yeah,
curiosity of how
yeah,
has this been serving you, this seemingly super unhelpful, destructive behavior,
yeah,
it just invites a client to already tell themselves a different story. Because it's often a
yes,
question they've never asked themselves. Why would I look for value in something that's clearly bad,
yeah,
and not serving me? And I think it opens up an opportunity to tell a story differently. And I think,
mm,
in my experience, that's almost always there. That
yeah,
opportunity to reposition ourselves within that
yeah,
story. And I think opening that parts work, whether that's general family systems or any other kind of multiplicity
yeah.
framework, I think find it super helpful.
Because
There's
they're all
different
just
stories that can be alive at the same time.
yeah.
And